What's up, bitches? I'm back on my bullshit.
I thought maybe could I maybe get involved just a little bit? So you do that again and I'll do like a funny catchphrase because then everybody will love me.
I asked you to be wallpaper and nothing more.
Okay. Funny wallpaper, wacky wallpaper. I think we're on the same wavelength, so big wink. Start again and I'll do a funny joke.
Okay.
What's
What's
up,
up?
squad? Sorry, please. I won't say anything, please far away.
All right. Now I'm nervous because
No need to be.
when I talk, I just assume that you are going to.
Why would I? I've already promised that I wouldn't, so why would I?
Hi, I'm Jarvis. Okay, that didn't even come out natural because I was worried about. Hi everybody, I'm Jarvis. I'm joined today by some friends of mine, and we're going to be talking about one of the best YouTube channels I think I've ever seen, and the most relatable. It's called 1, 2, 3, Go. If it looks and sounds like 5 Minute Craft and Troom Troom had a baby, there's no reason for that.
Yeah, gross. Why would you even think that?
All right, so in the words of Philip DeFranco, let's dive on into the video. The first video is called Relatable Situations Anyone Can Recognize.
Whether it's a piping mishap at home,
Sorry, pause already. I hate to slow down the momentum.
No.
But like a motif with these videos, right, is that nothing is quite right. It's the uncanny valley of language. Like
Yes.
nothing fits quite the way it's supposed to, but it's close enough to make you uncomfortable.
Yes.
A piping mishap? I have thankfully not struggled with a lot of piping-related issues in my life. I would certainly not refer to it as a piping mishap.
No, a piping mishap, it's like when you've clogged your toilets.
Mishap is so incompatible with that. It's like well, you know, I was climbing inside of my sewer, as
Right.
I often do, and I dropped my phone.
A classic piping mishap.
you're about to relive some everyday moments that are all so relatable. Oh, don't forget to dust off that keyboard, Helly. Those always get super dirty. My lip gloss. Cookies! Mr. Meowington?
I find this quite pleasant.
The only unsettling part for me is when she says cookie.
Cookies!
Yes, it's so wrong so fast.
It's like relatable in the wrong way.
It's a hat on a hat, right? Like my entertainment should be that I relate to the thing. You don't have to add
Right.
flavor.
Hold on. Was someone standing on a ladder with a cat and then dropping that cat into frame? Did they throw that cat?
Do you think it's a possibility that the cat was on the stepladder dropping the items and then fell, something of a piping mishap, and then they just tried to integrate it into the show?
I have an idea. What if the cat is just in the keyboard?
Too cynical. Too cynical.
Yeah.
This guy, innocent, fresh, human.
There isn't anything better than a fresh set of nails, right, Vicky?
Does this narrator just want to be friends with the actor?
I'm picturing the narrator face up against the window.
Yeah. And it's like, another wonderful Wednesday, Vicky. She's a demon with no corporeal form.
Yeah.
The reverse shot of this is a Victorian ghost.
Yes.
Nothing better than a fresh set of nails, Vicky.
If you've ever had long nails like these, doing simple tasks get a little more complicated.
Yeah.
Is this a relatable premise to you?
Yes. Cut to me in Atlanta a year ago, Dragon Con.
Oh, we roll the footage.
Doing something as simple as putting on some lotion becomes, well, kind of gross. See what I mean?
True. It gets gross behind there, and you're using your other hand to try to clean behind the other nails. It's not great.
35, 36. Hey, watch where you're going, dude. Cool. Ugh, this day. Hey,
It's
Weird,
so hard.
kind of like grab like this.
Or you
You're
take
not
your
even-
two hands, you try to scoop and lift. I don't know.
So?
It's true. It's relatable.
All right, well, you're hurting my case, so I'm cutting you out of the video.
another day, another boring lecture. Come on, I could do this equation with my eyes closed.
Was that a flex? Was that a 2 times 2 flex?
Whoa! How did I miss all that? Hey, did you catch that?
She's in a class by herself.
Being taught by herself.
Yeah, wait, is she also the teacher?
It must
Oh,
be.
she's also the teacher.
There's
yeah.
3 actors, right?
I wanted to look at these equations because I'm a nerd. I mean, none of this is anything, right? It's just like a bunch of random
Well, I mean,
gobbledygook.
I hate to bring this up, but it's It's happened so organically, it would be crazy for me to not mention that in 2 separate places, at least as far as I can see, it says the word arcs, which, as I'm sure all of your viewers know, is my original Dungeons & Dragons podcast, available now, 12 episodes out. Currently more coming.
Take as much time as you need.
Well, good morning, Olivia. Something tells me you have an awesome day ahead of you looking like that. On second thought, one tricky part about steps is missing one can really ruin your stride.
My favorite part about her falling is that you can clearly see when she puts her foot down and is completely stable, but is pretending like she's falling. Watch this.
On second thought,
And she's fine.
oh God, I can hardly watch.
None of these bounces make sense. She has trampolines on her stairs.
Wait.
Phew, that was close.
After all that, she was fine.
Yeah, she didn't fall
She
at all.
experienced like the highest of magnitude earthquakes as possible.
Hey, here's a question. What is the premise for this?
That's
you know
when
when
you-
you almost die but don't?
Right, you know when you forget how to use steps for a second?
Yep.
Yeah.
Getting ready in the morning can take a lot of thought. And sometimes you get lost in your thoughts and you go through all the regular motions of getting ready. Wait a minute. Did I remember to unplug the iron when I was done with it?
They live in like the nicest apartments I've ever seen.
All these houses look like they're made out of Play-Doh.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, well, there you go. I did remember to unplug it. Okay, now I'm ready to go. Okay, why do I still feel like I forgot something? Wait a minute. Did I lock my front door?
She dies like that. She just continues the loop. Until
Right.
It pulls out in this episode of Black Mirror. She's been doing that for 40 years.
Simulation number 999.
Until she can act with autonomy, she can't be released.
You know when you think you forgot your keys, but then you didn't forget them?
Oh my gosh.
You know when you take the power supply out of your weird European plug socket and then you leave your house 400 times in sequence and the weather and daytime never changes? And every single time you look in the mirror, you can see no reflection, only the same face facing the same way endlessly. And then you look to the window and a Victorian ghost is saying, "There's nothing better than a fresh set of wake up in bed, screaming nosebleed.
Executive producer Dick Wolf.
We haven't solved a problem yet, right? Like all of this is just problems?
Yes, the
Solve
premise
them?
of this video is just these are relatable things. Have you experienced this?
I literally have been watching this whole video thinking at the end of this, they're gonna be like, oh, and this is like the checklist so you don't forget your key in the morning.
No. This video is just, you know that problem that maybe you had that one time? Mm-hmm. Cool. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Like and subscribe, notifications.
A morning just isn't complete without a nice cup of hot coffee from your favorite mug. Right, Olivia? Yep, definitely ready for cup number 2. Yeah, that's the stuff.
No coffee has been drank out of any of those mugs.
Mm-hmm. If you look closely at the screen, it's the source code for the simulation.
398 left to go.
What's another word for copious? Olivia? That's a copious amount of coffee mugs you have piling up there.
Also, the narrator versus narrator dialogue again,
Yeah.
where it's, what's another word for copious? And then the other narrator responds with using it in a sentence.
Yeah, kind of patronizingly.
Yeah. Which is not what they asked. It's like you're at a spelling bee. Could you use it in a sentence?
Absolutely.
I could, yes.
Easily.
Yeah. Okay.
Good night, everybody. Like and subscribe, notifications.
And now, for the last minute of the video, they have a blooper section. But get this, the bloopers are also not real bloopers. They're like staged bloopers.
Oh.
Okay, so the premise of this is that we've trapped all of these attractive women in the same house. We're throwing trials and tribulations at them.
Yep.
Right.
And we
That's
filmed
the end.
it.
Yeah.
That seems.
Because that's all they had to do to get the views.
In that case, like, you could literally just have pretty girls do anything.
Yeah.
That is actually quite common online.
Jessica's learning how the
Did you get hit by a broom? Did I imagine that?
She did.
she did, yeah.
So that felt like aliens had watched Seinfeld bloopers.
Yeah.
And they were aware that sometimes stuff falls down,
Yeah.
like boom mics and shit.
You know when you are doing a film and then things enter the frame that were not supposed to be in frame.
They watched someone get hit by a boom mic and they were like, ah, broom.
Come on, Mike. Hey, quick open letter to 5 Minute Crafts. You guys are doing great work. I think we can all agree with that. You've gained 4 new subscribers. 3 people have hit the bell. I'm not going to say who. She didn't. Pretty messed up. Hey, bud.
Singular bud, there's only one of you.
You can admit if you don't know what bloopers are. We're not going to tell anybody. Literally not even one.
So the next video that I want to show you guys is the other stuff that's on this channel, which is mostly pranks and DIY. Because again, this is just a copy of Troom Troom.
Mia, didn't anyone tell you you're not supposed to text in class? Or, more importantly, don't ever leave a yummy snack unattended with Amy in the nearby vicinity.
Amy fucking loves snacks.
Yeah, classic Amy. Do it anywhere else with anyone else. But Amy specifically.
This specific treat that she had was the dipped version of the
Yeah, I
Oreo
also
package.
wanted to point that out.
These are not the dipped version, which are good.
This is like movie magic. They're trying
Yeah.
to fucking pull the wool over your eyes.
Yeah.
These are dipped Oreos, and then the Oreos that she eats are not.
Show me the Oreo sheets.
You know how the Oreos...
That's literally more work. That's more work than just buying regular Oreos.
You don't understand the depth. They had this box of Oreos in their prop department, and then they had to buy real Oreos.
Wait, she just got fucking pranked.
Oh no! How could you do that?
Could we also talk about how these Oreos have no sort of protective wrapping whatsoever?
Nope.
They're just hanging out in the box.
Well, it's the only box left after the bombs dropped.
Question, could y'all just whip out a box of Oreos in class and start chomping down?
Definitely not. Not under any circumstances.
Look at me.
No.
No.
Well, if it's Oreo class. Hey, here's the thing. Does anybody in this universe have peripheral vision? She has no idea she's pissed. She missed her eating the Oreos because she was texting ever so slightly off center.
I don't want to pretend like I haven't eaten Oreos in class. I'm not saying it's like a common occurrence.
I just think that whipping out a full-on box of Oreos
That's
is a little
excessive.
absurd.
You're correct.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
absurd. I agree. It's
That might be because they
The premise
appear
is
to
absurd.
attend class sat at a dining table.
yeah. Clearly in a bedroom.
Another glorious morning. Time to brush the old chompers. Ugh, I had garlic chicken last night, so lots of minty goodness is necessary this morning.
Hey, bud. Brush your teeth at night.
yeah. Oh, last night I really went crazy on the garlic chicken.
Yeah.
So much so that it double stained my teeth. One is not going to do it.
Wait a minute. That reminds me. I never had a chance to get back at Amy for eating my precious Oreos the other day, and I know the perfect revenge.
And luckily, I have these Oreos here in my bathroom.
Classic no filling Oreo.
Go ahead and squeeze some white toothpaste right onto the cookie so that it looks just like the normal filling. Yum.
That is clearly so little toothpaste. And before, it was like a quadruple stuff.
So much. It's more like net space than the cookie itself.
yeah.
Say there, Amy. You want one of my Oreos? Duh. Thanks.
Once again, I would be suspicious of this loose box of Oreos.
From my famously possessive friend.
Let's change today, Amy.
Oh, this gives me a fabulous idea. While your friend is sleeping, use this opportunity to give them a temporary tattoo. Add some darker red marks inside to give the blood a more natural look. Whoa, Vicky, are you okay? Oh my gosh!
I don't even know what to say.
Well, I mean, the subtitle for this one is Radical Pranks You Can Do in School, providing that you have a cinematic makeup degree. And a lot of equipment and 3 to 4 hours. The next prank is Ian McKellen falling asleep and putting on the Gandalf beard. Oh, Peter Jackson!
Have you ever been sitting in class when all you can think about is how badly you have to pee? Hey, teacher, can I please be excused to go to the ladies' room?
Sorry, I don't exist, so I can't help you.
Oh, you know what would make Amy's self-portrait even more excellent? A big old green mustache.
Got him. Fucking got him.
Well, teacher, I have to get out of my car and go pee. Key the car.
Teacher, my dog ate my homework. I've got some bad news about your dog.
So deface their work is the
Yeah,
phrase.
yeah.
Okay.
But why not take it one step further?
Why not take it one step further?
Yeah, why take it one step?
You've already destroyed their art. Why not ramp it up?
Yeah, I mean, your friendship's over, so why not take it even further?
I mean, what do you have to lose? And you have everything to gain. After
Yeah.
all, you might laugh once.
Take a regular pencil can like this one. Now take a paintbrush and a rubber band and attach the brush to the cup.
Like a MacGyver of cruelty.
Yeah.
This how she escapes the simulation.
Now pop that cup right into the pencil can. Lastly, take the pencils, brushes, and pens and place them all around the cup. Where's that small brush I was using? I think you were looking for that one. And spill. It looks like a river of paint just took over your masterpiece, Amy.
It was a rubber band.
Who the heck pulls
Horizontally?
that paint? Yeah, like come on.
That would have happened whether or not it was attached to a cup.
That would have happened
was
in
her fault.
any circumstance.
That was like, if there was that whole set of like, so was it this pen? Was it this pen? I think it was this pen. Oh.
Yeah. Now, you want to attach the paintbrush to the cup of paint. That way, they're connected. All you did was put a cup of paint in the thing, and then your friend knocked it over of their own free will.
freely.
And these jeans are brand spanking new.
And it was a one-of-a-kind piece of art from my mom.
Yeah, I was actually restoring a painting of the Madonna sent to me by.
I was colorizing a photo that was sent to me of my parents as they immigrated to this country.
The only one known. And there's actually geographical information that would allow me to find the rest of my family. Green paint prank.
And there was like a whole curse around it, which is why I had to do it at this specific geographic location and during botany class. Foiled again. Nothing better than the version. I'll get you next time. Good. For I am evil.
I'll get you next time. One.
I'll get you next time. Anything that is relatable.
Gotta admit, that was pretty funny.
Okay.
I mean, I did destroy her life.
Yeah,
but
that was.
you
You have
gotta
to admit, got your intake of sodium for the day.